Just two good-looking men chatting. Yeah. So here we are today with Jason McKenzie from Academy Southland, but a much bigger role coming up, mate. You've got the Olympics. You're about to hop on the big bird. What are the energy and excitement levels like at the moment?
It's interesting. So, like someone just asked me before, and I guess, are you excited? Are you nervous? But not a little bit of both of them, obviously. But it's just ready because you just want to, it's like I just want to get on it, get on with it now. So it's been a long time coming. So I just want to get started.
Absolutely. And tell us a little bit more about what your role is going to be.
So I guess that we're part of a psychology team of three. So there's myself, Kylie Wilson, the lead, and Campbell Thompson also. So we've sort of split up the sports amongst ourselves, and so we've got responsibility for that sort of our sport to look after. But basically, my original role was around the non-card and non-supported sports. But so of that, I've got taekwondo, tennis, gymnastics, diving, and a bit of rugby as well. So it's a good mixture. But our role really is, I guess it's threefold. It's to support the performance-focused environment. So that's across the athletes, their coaches, support staff, and the performance support staff. One around their well-being, but two around keeping them in a performance focus and creating opportunities to make sure we're on the job.
Nice. So we know the sports to keep an eye out for the Jason McKenzie touch, do we?
No, not quite, I don't think. So we're just, again, I guess it's like we're the extra layer of support. So a lot of them times have changed in the whole psych space. Before it was Gary Hermanson used to go and that was it. But now it's obviously, a lot of these teams have their own support back in New Zealand or across the world. So we're that extra layer of support to make sure that they stay connected to those and helping them if I can spring some sprinkle dust on there as well, then I'll do my best.
Nice. We've just been talking about 28 degrees and 90% humidity, but what does a typical day look like for Jason McKenzie at the Olympics?
So that'll be interesting. So it's a little bit, to be honest, there's a little bit of unknown about what that looks like, but pretty much, so when I first get there, I'll be in the Olympic Village to start with, and then as the beds fill up, often we'll typically go out for a while to the team hotel, and then you'll come back for the last part, depending on the numbers. But so pretty much around us, it's around connecting up with their sports as they arrive. So they'll come in, they get welcome to the village and stuff, and we're part of that, and then connecting with them as it comes closer to their performance, and then supporting them through their performance piece, and then the end, that sort of transition piece. So when they're finished about making their transitioning onto the next point, be it being they connect back with their support staff. For those coming back to MIQ, quite different to those carrying on to the international competitions overseas. So it's sort of entry, during, and post to the key pieces. And I know a lot is unknown, but if we rewind back, we always thought that experience of you going to Rugby World Cup would have, you'd be able to carry some learnings through that. Is it still the case, do you think? Yeah, I think so. Any pinnacle event, be it like the Youth Olympic Games or the Rugby World Cup, they're pinnacle events. I think they get you ready for this stuff, because what you know is that you have to be mentally agile, because stuff's going to happen. It doesn't matter whether it's day 1 or day 23, something has to be happening. So that experience of being there, and in the Japanese environment, which is really structured, so nothing happens in a hurry. So it's quite a process. You can't just decide and go. There's quite a process around that. So that'll be something that'll be good to watch, I guess, as far as that goes as well. Absolutely.
And I've heard a little bit of talk out of the NZOC team, and from recent news, I guess, about no crowds. And that's something that's been a specific and something that you guys have been talking to the athletes about.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, that's really interesting, isn't it? Because there's a couple of pieces you can look at it either way. For some people, it's ideal because it takes away that crowd pressure, and it's like a training run, and they can literally go through their process and be, and that not be an issue. For others who use the crowd, it becomes the opposite and a challenge as well. So again, it's the challenge is there. It's what you do with your mindset around that. It's the biggest thing. That's our job, to make sure that they reframe it in an opportunity and positive way. Otherwise, it could easily get taken the other way.
And what are you most looking forward to?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's just the whole environment, which could be interesting. But I guess it's just the massive multi-sport nature. It's something you grow up as a young kid going, wow, imagine going to the Olympic Games. So I guess there's nothing in one in particular. It's just to see what the whole environment, what all the chat is about. And I'm not going to see the whole thing, obviously, because it'll be different. But I've no expectations, so I'm just sort of going there and but I'll take some photos of the food hall, Nathan, because I know you'll be interested. So I'll do my best.
Awesome, mate. Hey, well, all the best. Have a great trip.
Thanks very much.